Good morning. Hope everyone is good. It's an absolutely glorious day here. The sun is shining. I've got a load of washing on the line. I've had my breakfast and I'm ready for the day. I hope you're all good. Got a couple of people in there. Hopefully a notification will go out and some more people will join me. I'm hoping to have a couple of guests as well. Excuse my throat, I'm a bit froggy from the old hay fever. Hi Nia and Kaz. Let me know if you can see my little banner I've put across the bottom. I don't know if it's worked. Hi Christine. Oh, I want to say thank you to Christine for this lovely headband she made me. She made me some others as well. And this is my favourite. It's red with stars on. Morning Kelly, morning Joan, morning Maria, morning Jewel, which is Julie, I think. Julie. I want to say Julie. Oh, the banner is showing. Jolly good. Yeah, I've moved my webcam, so I look a bit like different. I'll have to get used to it because it's closer to me, so it's a bit like, ugh. I used to have it right in the corner, but I've moved things around a bit, so I'll have to just get used to the camera being right there. Hi Lainey, hope you're all right. Yes, so what is everybody's plans for today? I think I am going to, well, I had planned this week to decorate this office, but we had some rollers and we painted our living room purple last summer, and the purple won't come out the rollers, and it's going to affect the colour of my paint that I've got. Even though my paint's pink, I don't want it a different colour pink to what I've chosen. So am I making today? I'm not. I did get an email this morning to say that my new sewing machine is being dispatched, so I'm excited about that. If you weren't here last week, basically I've used my sewing machine so much that I've broken it, and it's a Bernina Chicago 7. No, a Bennett Chicago 7, which is made by the same people that make Berninas, and they didn't make very many of them, and they don't make them anymore. I think I'm trying to remember how many years I've had it. At least 5 years, I would say I've had it. Morning Tina. Morning Laura. Morning Adrian. Morning Joy. Yeah, so basically I tried to get a similar part for it and it didn't fit. My husband tried to adjust that part to see if I could get it to fit, which he did, but it ruined the tension in the bobbin, which is quite important when you're sewing. So basically I had to order a new sewing machine, although it's like sorry not sorry, because I am excited about getting a new sewing machine, and hopefully this one, if anything goes wrong with it, it'll be much easier to fix. And that is a Brother, I can't remember the number of it. Hi Jane. Yeah, a Brother something blah blah blah, and I got it from Crate and Craft, and it's quite new out, and it's come with 7 or 6 existing feet and then 7 free ones, and it's got an extension table, which that one hasn't. And yeah, I'm really excited. So hi Patricia, and I think I already said hi Nia. Yes, I did. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So that's been dispatched, so I'm hoping I get that midweek maybe. Yes, exciting. Hi Kirsten, I am very excited about it. I know it's quite sad, but I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of the machine on my new It's Okay channel. So that will probably be the first video on there. Also, I've done so much sewing that I've worn out my ironing board cover. So I've got a new ironing board cover, which is, for any of you sewers out there, I really recommend these. They last a long time, and it's just like a silver reflective material, and it is better for ironing, especially when you're ironing cottons, which I do mostly iron cottons. So I've just took that out of the bag, and it's smelly, and you need to pull the drawstrings to cover that over. Yeah, so I've worn a hole in my sewing machine. No, I've worn a hole in my ironing board. So yeah, it's like I haven't done this much sewing in a very long time, basically. And when I was doing the peak of my sewing was probably 2015. So 5 years, so stuff's sort of worn out really. So stuff was due for an upgrade anyway. So yeah. So has anyone said what they're up to this morning? I just see lots of hellos. Yeah, I mean, my mood's pretty even. It doesn't really go up and down too much. I get sort of days where I'm like, can't be bothered. But I get more animated when I'm talking about something I enjoy. So not that I don't enjoy reselling, because I do. But my favourite bit about reselling is they go into charity shops, which obviously I haven't done for a long time now. So Jill is going to sort out my messy house, eBay stuff everywhere. Then I'm going to photograph my son's bedroom furniture to sell. Brilliant. And I want to turn his room into an eBay room. Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. Honestly, I can't recommend it enough, having your own room, because when I first started selling, morning Chris, this was half of it. Well, this half over here was my sewing stuff, and then that half over there was my husband's computer and his Xbox. He had he had like a unit thing on the wall with the Xbox and a PlayStation and his monitor and all his stuff. I pinched all his camera and his microphone and everything, because he was going to be doing gaming streaming, but that hasn't happened. But that's okay. That's okay. Oh, you shouldn't, Jill, because if he said it's okay, you shouldn't feel bad. Like I'm quite lucky in the fact that my bedroom is still there at my parents' house, but my mum has taken it over. It's full of her stuff. Like the wardrobe is full. So I bought a rail for when I visit to put my clothes on. That's full. She alternates her wardrobe, so she puts summer stuff and winter stuff on depending on the time of the year. So now I've got a couple of hooks on top of the wardrobe, on the front of the wardrobe where I put my stuff. Lex is here. Hello, Lex.
You all right? How's it going?
Oh, I can't hear you.
Huh?
It's good, thank you. I didn't hear you for a second there.
Oh, yeah, it's just the lighting and stuff. Hang on. I'm just setting up to do some photography.
Right.
I'm doing Etsy listings today.
Brilliant. And you've done loads, haven't you, already?
Yeah, I know. I got up for some reason ridiculously early this morning. I was like, I'm going to do some Etsy listing because I'm up ridiculously early.
Is it nice there as well? Is the weather nice there as well?
Yeah, it's all right, actually. It's quite sunny. It's reasonably warm outside. That's why, strappy dress today, because why not?
I've got shorts on. Denim shorts on.
Well, hey.
Long ones.
Long ones.
Long ones. Well, to my knees.
I need some new shorts, actually. I used to wear shorts all the time, but...
Yeah.
Morning, everyone. Everyone's saying hello. Let me plug in. Sorry, this is going to go across there because, I don't have any choice. Got to do my photography. So what are you making this morning?
I haven't made anything apart from my breakfast. Sorry, soggy Weetabix again, Lex. We had this discussion last Saturday. She thinks I'm gross because I let my Weetabix go soggy and my shreddies go soggy.
That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Sorry. It's just... Did you know, though, okay, here's a fact check for you. Did you know that Weetabix has no binding agent? It is literally just compacted so much that it's that way. Like, there is nothing that is like sticking it together.
That'll be why it's so filling then.
Yeah, because it's so dense.
Yeah. Because I'm terrible with cereal. If I buy normal cereal, I have to fill the bowl up, which is not good. I end up having 2.5 times the recommended amount.
Oh, the recommended amount is like that much. It's like, seriously?
Yeah.
That's
handful.
Too no. But also cereal isn't great for you anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Don't believe the lies, okay? Best breakfast you can have is some eggs.
Yeah. I mean, I had got to a point where I was getting used to getting up and not having breakfast and having like brunch, and I was having like something more substantial, and I'd got used to that, and then I fell off the wagon and started having breakfast again, and now I'm having breakfast, lunch and tea again, which I shouldn't really do. I should go back to having brunch.
Well, no, you should have 3 meals a day.
Yeah. Well, no, I was having less insulin when I was doing that, just having the 2 meals a day instead of 3.
Well,
Which
yeah.
I ultimately want to do is have less insulin. So we'll see. I might give it a go again this week and see if I can just have brunch.
Yeah.
Again. So
I don't normally eat breakfast, but this morning I was like, no, I'm going to do breakfast. I might start having breakfast and not eat the late at night instead.
Yeah, because that's not good, is it, to eat late at night? Because it sits on your stomach.
Nothing to do with that.
Is it?
No, it's because it's to do with your, okay, do you want some science?
Yes, please, yes.
It will affect you actually, Karen. Right, you have cortisol, which wakes you up and makes you panic and stuff. Yeah, and then I can't remember the other name of the drug, but there's one that basically does like the opposite of that. When the opposite one is around, you produce insulin, which makes you hang on to your body fat.
Is it dopamine? Or is that something?
Dopamine. Not that. It begins with an M. But basically, you're in the morning is when you should eat, exercise, because you have a natural insulin spike. So it's there to deal with your glucose, but it's there like in the evening. So if you do eat in the evening, you don't have enough insulin to be able to tackle the glucose upness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you should. I know that sounds very. I didn't quite get that right, but it's true. It's to do with you have a natural glucose spike and therefore insulin spike in the morning, and you don't tend to have it in the evening. So you shouldn't eat in the evening because you don't have the things in your body that are naturally being able to cope with them.
Right.
So there.
Well, I don't eat after my tea anyway, which is usually between 5:30 and 6. I don't eat after that.
I'm an evening stacker. I can go all day. I can go until like 5 o'clock easily without eating anything.
Right.
And you know, I'll be like, oh, I'm probably a bit peckish, but I could wait another couple of hours. But once I've had my tea, once I've eaten at about like 5, 6 o'clock, I could eat for the rest of the evening then. And it's not even about being hungry, it's not even about being hungry or bored or anything. It's, I don't know, it's just like, it's set it off then. Like, right, you can eat now. But,
it's strange, isn't it? Well, I don't have any insulin stores because my pancreas is completely not working at all.
Yeah.
So if I have a really bad hypo, there is a emergency system that happens where your liver releases glucose to bring your blood sugar up.
Yes.
So that has happened to me before, but it gives you too much and you end up with a really high blood sugar.
Yeah.
Because your liver, it's like a panic situation, basically, stop you dying, I think. And you end up secreting too much glucose. So that has happened to me before. But I have the problem, I've discussed it so many times with the diabetic clinic. I have something called the dawn phenomenon, which is between the hours of like 3 o'clock in the morning and when I wake up, my blood sugar is good and then it starts to go up, and it's called the dawn phenomenon.
It's
so I have that a lot, where I wake up and my blood sugar's quite high.
It's a tribal, like, it's going back to our like caveman days. Because obviously when we wake up in the morning, that's when we have to go and hunt food. So we need energy to be able to get up and chase after what it is that we want to eat. And obviously, because we're not actually doing that, we're not going out into the plains and hunting the gazelles. Like, because we're not doing that, that glucose we're not using. And so tub.
Yeah. I mean, my mum keeps saying to me, my mum,
and go hunting.
Yeah. My mum's always been slim. My dad's the one with the weight problems. My mum's always been slim. And she always says, it just all goes around my middle. And she eats really like small portions compared to the rest of the family. Like in the morning, she has this teeny tiny bowl with cereal in and covered in fruit. She has all her fruit at the beginning of the day.
That's
and then she just
also quite bad.
Is it?
Because fruit is very sugary.
Yeah.
Isn't it? People, you know that whole 5 a day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's 5 a day, but no more than 2 portions of fruit.
Yeah.
Because of the levels of sugar in it. So people think they're being dead healthy by having a banana and an apple as a snack and then some fruit juice with their breakfast. And they go, oh yeah, but I'm having my 5 a day. Like, no, your 5 a day should be 4 portions of vegetables, preferably leafy greens. And if you have to,
don't make a snack.
Okay, leafy greens, unless you're me and you just eat kale. But yeah, you shouldn't have more than 2 fruit.
I saw you having some tender stem broccoli, so I got some for myself because I do like that.
I like tender stem broccoli and purple sprouting as well.
Oh, I haven't tried that, I don't think.
Yeah, but the water that comes off purple sprouting broccoli is blue. And it's like, wow.
Oh.
You can, really, you could use that as like the basis for a soup as well.
Soup.
Yeah, I should change the name of this stream to put your questions to Dr. Professor Lex Fantastic.
I know everything I've learned is from the internet. Yes.
I have watched loads of YouTube videos about, what to eat if you're trying to do low carb and stuff. And I am definitely addicted to carbs because I'm finding it so difficult to give them up. So difficult.
And yeah, if you go 2 weeks without them, like you'll wonder why you ever ate them.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you
won't have as much weight.
Yeah, you won't.
Bloating.
Yeah, well, I'm terribly bloated at the moment, but that's because I went away for the weekend and I just haven't stopped.
Mm. Well, I know I'm definitely like gluten intolerant because the stomach aches I get if I have anything with gluten in. I can just about manage Weetabix because it's not too big a portion, but anything else is not good for me.
So tell me, if you are gluten intolerant and you know it, why do you keep eating it?
I don't know.
Because it's like my mum said, because it's comforting. It's comforting, isn't it?
Yeah.
My sister has got a really, really bad gluten intolerance. Really bad. She's got what's that bowel problem you have?
Celiac, Mum just said, or IBS.
No, there's another one.
Crohn's?
No, not Crohn's. My dad's got it as well. I can't think what it's called. It's gone out of my head. Someone in the chat might know what it's called.
Stickiest tummy.
Yeah, sorry about the sound. That was just boiling kettle.
Ah.
Very, very important.
Oh, what is that called now? That's going to annoy me. Anyway, my sister and my dad have both got it. My dad doesn't do. He done Slimming World for years, so he would stop eating the bread, but he's back on bread now again, which he needs to stop because it's not good for him. Really is it colitis? Colitis.
My mum says yes.
Yeah, that's what they've both got. Yeah. So, and I've got like intolerance as well. Not as bad as my sister because she can't eat anything. She has to have everything gluten free, otherwise she's in a lot of pain. But she keeps saying to me, don't buy gluten-free stuff because it's not very nice.
Well, no, and also just
morning.
Hi, Heather. Hiya. The one thing that you kind of found, or what I found doing like a ketogenic diet and stuff, is that there's very few replacement things that are good, and actually what you want are things with as few ingredients as possible. So, like, say if you have, I don't know, a chocolate bar, right? So you might have chocolate that's got cocoa and cocoa butter and milk products and some kind of oil in it and sugar and, you know, what nougat, you know, whatever else bits that are in it and nuts and things like that. That's a lot of things for your body to process, isn't it? Whereas if you eat whole food, so if you eat dark chocolate, which we all know dark chocolate is better for you, that's literally 2 or 3 ingredients, isn't it, in dark chocolate? You know, so it's like the simpler, the better. So with all these like replacement things, like they have to obviously replace with something. So it tends to be replaced with, you know, stuff. You know? Like things that aren't
all the videos I've been watching, they've said just try and eat as naturally as possible. Not processed food.
Yeah. Which it can be difficult to eat non-processed food. I mean, I've done some bratwurst this morning.
Oh, they're lovely, they are.
Well, there's 79p from B&M for a big pack. They're bratwurst offcuts, so they're all different lengths and stuff. But 79p for like a big pack.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. And they're lovely. But they're high in fat, low in carbs, and they've got salt in them, but I need salt. So that's all right. And they're nice.
Morning, Sue. Sue's in the chat.
Oh, morning, Sue.
Anyone else I've missed? I think I saw Chris B, and there's Antoinette.
Just for you, Sue. Here's my hands. Just for you.
Oh.
Sue thinks I have nice hands.
You do have lovely hands, yes.
I've got chubby hands.
Too
much.
I've got old bony hands.
I've got sausage fingers.
Sausage fingers. Sorry, for some reason that just turned into a song then.
Morning, Karen. Hope you're all right.
I'm listing annoying bits of silver today, bits that I have put off. I'm being a bit like Shelley this morning. So annoying bits of silver such as gorgeous, Indian, beautiful, heavy, like 60 odd grams of pure silver.
Wow.
But it's Indian and so it's unmarked.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's annoying little things like that because it's just like, man, but it's so...
tested it, haven't you?
Oh yeah, tested it and everything. So I know it's solid silver. And this is like 67 grams of silver, you know?
That's a lot.
Exactly.
So is anyone selling anything like that on Etsy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's just that, you know, you have to put it as unmarked and, you know, oh, it's tested and yada, yada. You can't really ask as much as what you normally would.
You still get more than if you scrapped it, presumably.
Oh yeah, you still get scrap value, but scrap value on, you know, on silver is a bit rubbish. I think it's like 35, 40p or something per gram.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, what would that be? I can't do maths right now, but so say like 40 pence times 60 grams. What's that? 20 something pounds?
£24.
That's worth more than £24. That is solid silver. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It is lovely. I like that.
Can't scrap that in for 24 quid. That's not fair.
So is Indian silver 825 or is it less? Do we know?
Indian silver can be more. This comes up uber mega red, like on text. Like bright red. So it can be up to like 900, like 999 silver. It can be.
Wow.
Whereas this is 800 silver, but it says 800 on it, so that's okay.
Yeah.
And that comes up like a murky red, like a browny red. But yeah, it's just a little bit like, it's so pretty, and you know, why can't they just stamp 95 on it? You know?
Yeah, because I mean, when you were saying about Italy not having to stamp.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that I had no idea about that, and I've had loads of things that say made in Italy, and maybe I have.
Exactly. You do wonder, like, well, I've just assumed that everywhere has to perform
Yeah.
or at least put 925 on it. If it is
Or at least
still,
put something on it. Yeah.
no, apparently not. So
Very odd.
Is Carla coming on, or is she just coming in the side chat? You know.
Bad Wolf, it's all buy it now on Etsy, and there's no thing for like send offers, get offers, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's all just standard. That's your price, which in a way is kind of good.
It's easier.
Yeah, it's easy. You don't have that back and forth and stuff. Just is, and I think Etsy works a bit better like that. It's a bit less tradey and trying to get things cheap, and it's a bit more treat yourself kind of thing.
Less haggling, more shop-like.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the shops look a lot nicer, and people tend to take nicer photos and stuff. I mean, I don't. I the same photos, same stuff. You know?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Are you two okay answering a COVID-related question?
I guess so. I can't see the chat, but I'm happy to. Yeah.
Yes. Jenny Cliff is saying, do any of you ladies think we will have another COVID spike? It seems to be that social distancing, etc., has gone out the window of late, and we're now seeing spikes in other countries. Me personally, I think we are going to have one, but it won't be till the weather gets colder and more people are indoors. I think we probably will have another one.
I agree exactly on that basis. I think people's perception of what they think other people are doing is going to be very subjective, and everyone has their own opinion about what's going on there. I personally think the majority of people are being fairly sensible still. Hopefully that will continue. But my concern is when it's colder, damper, that kind of the changing climate, I think seems to be something that can trigger. Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, one day at a time, really. There's no point in worrying about something I can't do anything about.
I mean, it's the same with flu and the common cold, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like flu and colds, people get them all round year round, but there's a spike in the winter because more people are together indoors.
And we've had.
Okay, I've got 2 hours out of you. Sorry. You made me. You sent me live before I expected it. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
We've had COVID in this country for long before they officially declared it. They know it's been in this country probably since late November, early December. A friend of mine's father died from it very early in the year. They wouldn't say what he died from. He had asbestosis. They knew it wasn't that had actually killed him. And in fact, it turned out eventually, having cast aspersions on the way he died, it turned out the reason they wouldn't let them go and see the body and stuff like that is because he died from COVID. So there's a hell of a lot of covering up that's gone on. But that's past. We can't do anything about that. So, you know, but yeah, it's not as simple as it appears.
No, definitely not. We were always going to have second, third, fourth, fifth waves of this. Always going to happen because that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? And although we would all like to stay safe, stay in safe, at some point, we have to have lives back because we can't stay inside forever. We can't, you know, well, currently. So
but most of us can't and won't.
Yeah, we're gonna go mad. You know, we need to get back out into the world and stuff and look after yourself, obviously, and try and be responsible. There will be a lot of irresponsible people out there, and sure, everyone will judge everyone else on their level of responsibility and irresponsibility and stuff. But the point is that we've got to kind of carry on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, we were all very good at staying in and staying safe right at the beginning. So good that the hospitals that they built didn't get used.
Yeah.
We were very good and we did what we were told by the government to do. And now, not enough people have rebelled against that. So it's like, right now, go to the pubs, quick, go to the pubs. You can remember that. We were very good at it. So there. Well, we're not or anything, you know.
Oh, the government definitely trying to analyse what the majority of us all do. They do that all the
I
time.
love you.
But they're just guessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't know what people do. People aren't going to say everything. I think on the whole, people are pretty responsible. But on a lighter note, our outdoor swimming pool has opened today.
Jealous.
Come and stay, Lex. You can go swimming. I'm not that bothered because I don't really care for swimming anymore. I used to love it as a kid, but I find it too chlorinated, too many people. Obviously not such an issue now.
Yeah.
And not as enjoyable as I used to.
Children. There are children and they make noises. Even happy noises are annoying, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not one for just swimming up and down like a hamster on a wheel. I can't do that. I just like being in water. That's so yeah.
Well, you should see me swimming, right? I'm like right. I'm gonna do 80 lengths today, and I'll do my 80 lengths, and I'll get out and I'll go bloody hell, knackered, and I pretty much fall on the floor. But I'm a lane swimmer. I'll go for it. I'm gonna beat my record, bitch. Yeah.
Brilliant. I am not like that. I just like floating around in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I love swimming as exercise. I love swimming anyway. Like when I went swimming in Croatia, that was like the best ever. You know?
Oh yeah, warm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So nice. Yeah, I'll open 1st of August currently.
All right, but they're not opening the indoor swimming pool until the 25th, which is weird because there's actually a corridor between them. If you know what I mean, they connect.
Yeah.
So it's very odd.
Yeah, because it's like an Yankee one, isn't it? There's like you can go from
That's the technical term, an Iniachi one.
Isn't it more that they're worried that the virus will thrive more in a heated environment, perhaps?
I think it's just the indoor setting that still concerns me because that is, and it's damp and it's
kind of ideal bacterial growth conditions. Although people keep saying it's not a bacteria, it's a virus, and I'm like, I'm not a scientist. I don't know what the difference is, but
yeah, there is a difference, but nonetheless,
it struck me that if I had something that might be conveyed in my breath, then being in a damp, heated, warm environment would not be the No.
Corona soup is not where we want to go.
Corona soup, lovely.
Corona soup with added chives.
Morning to everyone in the chat who said hello, by the way. Hi.
Was it Kath, did you say? Kath said hello. And Sail Away and is that Lee, Cola Flipper? Is that Lee? Yeah. Morning, Lee. I've had a couple of messages about face coverings, but I am going to wait till my new sewing machine comes before I start making them again.
Why? What's wrong with your 5 other sewing machines?
I've got one other sewing machine that just sews the black thread. Stop taking the mick out of me.
So all of the masks that are going to be on dark fabric that you would sew with black thread that you could be doing now, or just you're not going to do those?
Well, I'm going to decorate instead.
Because that makes loads of money. Everybody knows when you repaint your room, you make more money. In fact, maybe I should fucking try that. I am actually willing to go down the Karin route of improving my sales by painting my room if you think it will help.
Okay, I'll change that then. If you want a face cover made with black thread, then I can.
There is no reason why I shouldn't be doing that right now.
Yeah. Oh, the dog's crying because the postman's there.
Okay. Oh, I was going mental. Yours just cries. Ours go absolutely crazy. Mind you, they love the postman.
Can you hear him?
And I think the postman loves the dogs because he'll knock on the door to hand me stuff that would fit through the letterbox. And then he stands there chatting to the dogs for a few minutes. And I'm like, that's fine, but I've come all the way downstairs for this. And now I'm just standing here supervising your social call with my puppies. Great. Not with my puppies. Oh, God. Although I did flash the poor man once. Maybe that's why he knocks on the door. Maybe he liked it. I mean, there's no accounting for taste. I did do that thing where you go down with a dressing gown and you're holding it shut and you're trying to open the door, and then you get like, I've got this hand open the door. Hi, Darren.
He's my husband.
And I've opened the door, and then he's tried to hand me something. I've gone like that, and the dressing gown went poof. And I was like,
I don't know who this is on.
Hi, Darren.
Let's see if it's got any money in. Hello, ladies. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that was fun.
Darren. Can I have a cuppa?
Oh, do you know what? I shouldn't have opened it. It's probably an anniversary card.
Ah.
Can you have what, Lex? Oh.
Oh, doggies.
Can you have what, Lex?
To Karen, Darren and Monty, I saw this card and thought of you. I hope you like it. I hope you're all okay. Lots of love, Mum.
That's
my
nice.
mum.
That's
Oh, I love it, Mum. Thank
nice.
you.
Lex, have you got a massive crack across your screen? Across your camera?
No, there's a wire.
Oh, I thought I could see Lex's crack.
Sorry? I can't hear the dog's claws. What did you say, Carla? Sorry?
I thought I could see Lex's crack, but it turned out not to be.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you reckon Darren can make me a cuppa?
What, sorry?
Can Darren make me a cuppa?
I've had my coffee. He did bring me a coffee in bed this morning.
Of course he did.
That's most mornings.
He didn't bring me one.
There's an ulterior motive to him doing that, you know, though. He does that because he knows having a coffee wakes me up and then I get up. No. And then I get up and he gets the bed to himself. He comes back to bed. Lex, stop it.
That was a lollipop. He gets a lollipop.
Love you, Mum.
Sue says, why won't it sew without black thread? And Christine says, haven't you got any cones of thread in other colours?
I do have navy, so I can do navy as well. It's just
Should I just send you a cone of white thread? Would that be helpful?
No, I want to use my new sewing machine. Shush.
She's wiggling now.
I'm loving the Carmen on the spot face. She went kind of like, oh shit. Oh no.
My brain doesn't work fast enough to make stuff up.
Look, I see you going, think of something. Think of something.
For God's sake, think of something.
I have no hands.
Sue says Carla can laugh at multiple sewing machines, but she has 11 million TV. I can't say that. In my defence,
Yeah,
none of them have actually done the job for which I have purchased them. I'm not just collecting them.
Yeah, it's not a hobby, is it?
Either.
Sorry.
Wait, if you're not collecting them, why are they on display in your bedroom all in a row in size order?
In that glass case with a little plaque underneath each one saying where I got it from. And
Oh, yes.
actually, one of them is already back on eBay. One of them's not back. One of them's already listed on eBay to move it on. And I don't know. I might have a Saturday aerial segment in today's waffle, so another one might come down today and be replaced with the next one.
An aerial segment.
Woohoo!
Lainey says laminator. I can't imagine why.
I used to have a laminator, and you'd be quite surprised to know I used to really enjoy using it.
I like laminating things. It's fun. Yeah.
Don't you think laminator sounds like a really rubbish superhero?
The laminator. Sounds like a crap wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christine's on your side. She says she's also got other colours, but yes, rethreading an overlocker is a bit of a pain.
Well, it's not an overlocker, it's industrial sewing machine, semi-industrial sewing machine, but it's very hard to thread. So what I have to do is tie and knot the two bits of thread together and pull it through, which you're not supposed to do. That's naughty. But I have to do that because it's so hard to thread otherwise. There's method in my madness. Basically, the reason I want another sewing machine is because that's good for general sewing. Because this industrial one just does a straight line.
I like new things. I like shiny new toys. Oh look, it's broken. I made a new one.
I broke it.
I can't understand why I broke it. I was only standing on it. It's a sewing machine.
Very strong, is it?
I may have been a bit aggressive pulling the bobbin out. I sort of went like that and
With
it
a
went.
brick.
came off in your hand. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Hey.
Hey. Flop, flop.
Someone asking if I can make with elastic with ear loops. I can if you give me the size of the loops.
Of your logo.
Because the ones I've been making with elastic go around the back of your head. Because people
I've
find
got
them.
the one that Shiv made me here. Do you want me to measure the
Yes,
ear loops?
please. Yes, please.
Where's a doobie job? There's a doobie job. Okay, so the amount of elastic that is exposed in an unstretched fashion
Yes.
is 7 inches. So I would assume that if you cut 8 inches to leave you half an inch each side to stitch in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quarter of an inch. Or half an inch, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, but 7 inches exposed outside of the stitched area.
Okie dokie.
And that's a pretty good size. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I have the semi-industrial machine. I have the new machine coming. I have the sewing embroidery machine that's currently broken. I have an overlocker that's never been out the box because that's for making clothes and I haven't attempted making clothes yet. And I have a cover stitch, which is for doing hems like on your t-shirts.
Cohen, there are sweatshops in Bangladesh with less equipment than you.
The 2 lines. But that has been accumulated over the last 7 years when I started doing sewing. So.
When I started buying sewing machines.
And
And it's not making that on the menu.
other than your face masks, in these like 7 years or however long it's taking to accumulate all of these, how many individual items have you finished?
Over 4,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I thought you were going to say 7 then.
I've made and sold probably about 4,000 console dust covers.
Ah, fair play.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not too bad.
No. So we are matching pictures to listings as we chat. I'm trying to
Anybody
be
else got a flickering screen, or is that my computer? That's something at my end.
Let me have a look.
I've got a flickering screen.
No.
I don't know if there's a problem with my internet connection, or there better not be a problem with my Mac, because A, I haven't finished paying for it yet, and B, I can't deal with problems with tech.
Sometimes you get a flickering screen because the rate at which your light bulb flicker is the same at which your refresh rate on your camera works.
Techie.
Sandwich!
I like kittens.
I like kittens.
So do I.
In sandwiches.
I sent my purring kitten to the chat this morning. We had a purring Max this morning, didn't we? I got him in full noisy purring mode. He's so loud that sometimes you have to put the telly up if he's only allowed purring. Ooh, nice box.
Display box.
Nice,
Cute.
isn't it? Little ring box.
What's a lovely smart box you've got, Lex?
I know, right?
It's very tidy.
Yeah.
Tiny box.
Well, I needed one from a ring.
Of course.
They're not, Miles.
You have to have a well-presented ring. Very important.
You know what? I do clean my ring.
Of course, and polish, no doubt.
I'm intrigued, Karin. This running text that's going along the bottom of the screen, this is the first time I've seen this on one of our lives. Where did you find that?
Yeah,
I went to banners. Banners on the right-hand side, below comments and above brand.
Nope, absolutely not. Maybe only if you're hosting at the time.
Yes, you can type something
There's
in.
nothing on my end here.
I also changed the background to leaves.
Well, I thought I could see something in the background, and then I didn't know if it was just a StreamYard update that they'd done, and I hadn't been looking,
Yeah.
Basically, I was trying to find out how you can have multiple cameras on without the echo, because I tried to do it again yesterday and it still wouldn't work, even though I had the volume turned down and the mic on mute, even on my phone. It still kept echoing.
When I did mine, because I tried it again, I did mute on both, and all media and ringtone and everything turned on phone as well.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Oh, well, that worked on mine. When I
don't know why. It was still, even Darren had a look at it. He was quite a technical person and he couldn't get it either. He was like, I don't get, you've got everything switched off. Why is it still making a noise?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I don't know. Ooh. Caught me desk. Yeah, so if anyone knows how to do that, please help me. I would like basically, when I'm doing my sewing videos, I would like to have a camera on my hands doing the sewing, as well as a wide shot, which I can click between the two, which is what professional people do that do sewing videos. They do that, so you can see how when people are learning how to sew, they like to see what you're doing on the actual sewing machine as well as seeing your face. So I just can't work out how to do it. Darren was talking about getting my laptop and setting up a webcam on the laptop and seeing if that could work.
Yeah,
possibly.
What are you streaming through now? Are you on
a Logitech webcam? But we've got another one.
Yeah, it's weird how it wouldn't work. Have you got an iPad?
Yes.
I wonder whether you try setting it up with the iPad as your second camera rather than your phone.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, I'll try that later and see if that works.
Yeah.
It is weird how it just wouldn't stop echoing.
Yeah. Like I said, when I tried it the other day, I was getting the same, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then I just turned down everything, and thankfully it went away.
Sorry if you hear any strange noises because I've got my bedroom window open, so you might hear some
like sex noises.
I'm just waiting for that. I'm like, come on, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what does BOFDAS mean?
I don't know, but I thought it might mean something rude, so I deleted it.
You should let them explain what it means. It could be an extremely nice compliment. I mean, I doubt it, but you know.
Possibly. Sometimes when I'm doing my spannering, like on Nick and Andrea, someone will put something that's supposed to be funny or sarcastic. They're not actually trolling, but someone else, another spanner, will remove it because they haven't got that they're actually joking or something, or it's not someone being malicious. That happens quite a lot.
Oh, I do it all the time. I'll kick people out and say, "I don't like your face."
No prejudice.
Well, that's
funny. You're gone.
Yeah. And if you are gonna troll, I like a bit of originality in them as well.
Yeah, be clever.
Yeah.
Well, it done it very well, Zahir. Very good. Good morning.
Z, you should ask. Z is a techie one. You should ask him.
Yeah. Can you help me, please, Mr. Malik? I can't seem to get I'm trying to do 2 cameras when I'm streaming, and I get an echo, and I can't get rid of it. And I've turned all the volumes down and everything, so I don't get it.
It is very strange.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting this in a frame, you know. I'm going to buy a frame for this because it's so lovely.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very hard to get pictures of dogs that actually look like Monty. It happens sometimes, but you'd think there'd be loads of things with cockatoos on. Are you all right? You look a bit stressed now, Carla.
I've just had one of those moments, you know, every now in your life you do something just sort of monumentally dumb, and then your brain has a look at you afterwards and goes, "What happened there?"
Oops.
So I just put the oven glove on one hand to hold the hot dish with, pick the knife up, put the tongs in my other hand to hold the sausage in the hot dish, and then tried to work out how I was going to pick up the knife with my third hand. And literally stood there for it felt like about 3 years, but for a good long minute going, "Where's my third hand? How am I going to do this?"
Okay.
And how did that work out for you? Did you find it?
No, I just kind of mangled everything and just gave up.
No. Yeah. It's awkward not having a third hand.
At the door was a complete stranger asking if I have a bike pump.
Oh.
It's like, go away.
That's because of Ant, isn't it? Because he's known as the bike guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have got one somewhere. I've got a bike that in the shed that I bought brand new 8 years ago, and I've ridden it 3 times. It's in lovely condition. I really should sell that bike.
Yeah.
You really good. If you're not going to ride it.
Or ride it.
Well, the three bike rides we went on all ended up me having quite a bad hypo, because you do use a lot of energy when you ride a bike. And we have to stop.
Good exercise, strangely enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to carry snacks in your about your person.
Yes, I did start to carry snacks, but it was still like, wow, really burning that blood sugar down.
Yeah,
So,
I think you have to go slowly and build up to a. Yeah. But it'd probably be one of the best things you can do.
See, Darren used to cycle to work, and he was like really fast, and I was trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No.
Why were you following Darren to work?
No, going on a bike ride.
They didn't know each other at the time.
Yeah, she's stalking him.
Like, you're my future husband.
Plainly not, King of the Hill, since I'm snarfing down a sausage bap.
What's he saying? Have I missed someone?
King of the Hill. You're original.
Oh, you're nasty.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
He's so nasty. He's lonely.
It's weird because the idiots usually have a lie in on a Saturday morning because they're so busy being idiots all night Friday.
Or just masturbating.
Oh.
It's friends talking to other friends via YouTube. There you go. That's your explanation.
Oh, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you. Do come again.
No,
Oh,
don't.
Ads is in. Hi, Ads.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Ads must have arrived while I was downstairs sausaging.
That's the thing, is it sausaging?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Absolutely. So you were saying, Karen, that there's new stuff in the side of StreamYard that I haven't found yet.
Yes. Yeah.
I wish I knew why my screen was flickering though. That's a bit.
I had to put the smiley faces in between though, because it won't let you do a gap and have several things. I would have preferred spaces with several things going round, but it won't
You could
do.
have done dots. You could have done ellipses.
Yes, I could have done, but I thought I'd do smiley faces. There you go.
Get me with my punctuation knowledge.
I think this has been put on something because I don't normally get random people in.
Somebody's recommended you to randoms.
Is that a
What is that? Is
spider?
that a dragonfly?
No idea. No idea.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got 3 wings. It can't be a dragonfly. Maybe it's just a shape.
It's very South American-y sort of style. You know, like
Hopefully, because that's what I put as a keyword.
yeah, like
Where Heather pulls out the matching one and you discover you've got 2 halves of a pair.
like these sort of things.
Yeah. I know. Can you imagine if you had the same?
We're like,
Mel's in and she says morning all, but I don't know if that's our morning or her morning. Mel back from burnout.
Hello.
oh,
What
good,
time?
morning.
10 hours ahead they are.
Good evening.
Mid-afternoon there then, isn't it? Or early evening or
8
something.
o'clock
Is that good yesterday evening or good tonight?
tonight.
They're in the future.
Time travel. It does exist.
So now we're
Darren Devlin lives in Australia.
They've got rocket packs there, and they eat a pill with their whole food for the day.
I think
Mel
that's
said it was our morning, not her morning.
Oh, hi, Jem. Didn't see you there. Hope you're all right.
So Mel's 10 hours ahead, did you say?
I think so. The 10 hours ahead where my husband's nephew is, well, he's my nephew as well, Patrick. Where Patrick is, it's 10 hours ahead. I don't know if there's different time zones in Australia, or is it all one time zone?
It's massive, so there must be different time
there
zones.
will be different time zones. Yeah,
It goes on and on and on and on and on, doesn't it, Australia? On and on and on and on.
it's a big
Ah,
place.
there's only 30 million people, isn't there, in Australia?
They've all got a lot of space each.
Yes.
They all live in certain places.
Well, there's lots of it that you don't want to live in because it's got big spiders and shit on it.
Oh, it is.
This is welcome to geography on a Saturday morning with Carla, who really knows nothing.
Carla.
Yeah, 9 hours ahead. So 10 a.m. here. No, 10:30 here. So
Oh,
7:30ish, 8:30ish. I can't actually do maths either. 7:30ish.
Did I hear you have a sale before, Carla? Did you have a sale?
Well, I did. It was a massive £5, but it's still actually far more than I've been used to. So I'm overexcited.
Well, I beat you then. My sale was £5.50 last night, plus postage.
Yeah, I think I had a 20 quid sale. Obviously posted on top, but that's still appalling.
My sales have tanked. I mean, when people say tanked, and I really mean tanked, I mean, not only have they tanked, but somebody's cut out the bottom of the fucking tank. They've sunk, they've just nothing at all. I can't actually afford to live.
Oh.
Bobby, can you please stop making that noise? Because I could easily cut my expenses right now to the tune of one dog.
No.
Choose your favourite dog, and we all know who that is.
Mm.
Look what Mike's put.
Clifford, big red one.
Huh?
Clifford, the big red dog.
Clifford the big red dog, yes. Only he survives.
Wait a minute. I'll show it. There's 8 time zones in Australia.
It's a continent, isn't it? It's a continent.
That means you can literally go from one side of your country to another side of your country and get there before you started.
Yes.
Blimey.
That is actually possible.
I feel like
All Australians are time travel.
I was going to count out how many listings I've got ready to do.
Come say hello. Cat Dungeon.
Maximus Furball.
No, silk dressing gown and claws. No.
Ad says his sales are okay, but just because of slashing prices and stuff. But that's it. I've done all of it. I've slashed prices. I've put sales on. I've got markdown sales on. I've got promoted listings. I've got scheduled listings on. You name it. I've done it. Sue says hers are poo as well. I've done it all. All of the things that we ever talk about that you might try doing. I've done it all.
But I think we're just invisible right now.
Yeah.
I think we're just switched.
What is eBay doing? They're doing something.
What are they playing at? Huh?
eBay, you need to turn it off and turn it back on again, please.
I'm gonna have to do that with my PC, I think. With my
It's
Mac.
a good experience. I'm telling you.
Oh, baby cat. That's so pretty.
Lainey says Australians live in the toilets.
What?
Are you sure, Lainey? I mean, my geography's not great, but I seem to remember. I don't remember Australian people all living in the toilets.
I think she's talking about spiders still. Spiders living in toilets
Madani, yes.
and biting your bottom.
Nice.
That makes more sense. I mean, I've seen neighbours and they had quite nice houses.
Quite normal. Yes.
I don't know if you can give me some insight into this, Carla, because you know about dogs. But Molly's got this new thing now where he goes for his walk in the morning, has his breakfast, and then he cries to come back in the bedroom to see me, and then he'll just keep crying, coming up to me and crying, and then backing off and doing his beggy thing that he does. And he does that for a good half an hour. I don't know what. I thought it was because he thought Darren was going to work, but I don't think it's that.
Where is Darren while this is happening?
Darren's in the living room watching, having his cup of tea and watching the TV.
He's probably trying to round his pack up.
Right.
If he's anything like Buddy will only truly settle if we are all in one room.
Yes.
Because it's like if I round my pack up, then I can go to sleep because I know they're all here, and then I haven't got to worry about where anybody is and keep an eye on them all. So it might be that he might be trying to round his pack up.
Yeah, he does stop when Darren.
He might just be a psychotic lunatic. You never know. I mean,
he is a bit of a balloon. He's got some
definitely with Buddy. I've noticed that if he will settle completely if everybody's in one room, but if we're all spread out, then he just mithers and comes around and nags everybody.
Oh, and he really does bloody mither.
Yeah. And it's not all dogs that do it because Kai doesn't give a shit where any of us are. Kai literally doesn't care, and Molly will just potter about and quite happily do everything. It's Buddy. Buddy's basically brown owl and trying to keep an eye on all of us at once.
So he's a professional warrior.
He really is. He's neurotic.
I do sometimes wish Monty was more independent and that he would just go off. We actually usually, if he goes off on his own, like if we're in the bedroom and he goes to the living room and lays down, we think there's something wrong with him because he so rarely does that. He just doesn't like his own company.
But then how do you react? Do you go, we must go and see if Monty's okay? Because if so, then you're enforcing that you shouldn't be away from us.
I say to Darren, no, leave him. And sometimes Darren will go, Monty, and like call him.
Yeah, but that's it. If you go and find him every time he does that, then you're basically saying to him, you're not supposed to be somewhere else. You're supposed to be where we are.
Yeah.
So
I had him in such a great routine, and that's all just gone out the window. So annoying.
You get it back again, though.
Because I'm bad cop. I'm Darren's good cop, and I'm bad cop. Monty listens to me. If I tell him off, he listens to me, and he does as he's told. Darren,
bye now.
At all.
It's like parenting. You have to both come from the same place, or it doesn't work. You'll play one up against the other. They're quite smart, these creatures.
Oh dear.
And some breeds are more neurotic than others.
Sorry, Heather. I was just reading Sue's thing. She said our cat brought us in a bird and left it in our bed. Unfortunately, we were in bed too, and the bird was half dead but alive.
Oh man!
It's a very, very, they're honouring you greatly with that wonderful present, and they can't understand why you're not pleased.
Yeah, I did find a bird head in the dining room, but what we do is we shut the dining room door at night so they can't come up.
What do you want?
Really, I mean, Monty shouldn't be sleeping in our bed.
But if they're kind of collie type dogs, they tend to want to round up their pack anyway because they're herding. They're a herding kind of dog. That's what they've been trained to do. So,
Yeah. I don't know if you just want to be on the internet, but there you go. There's your moment.
Hello.
Hello.
And now you're up. Now what? Did you think it through?
Oh.
Did you have a plan? You're just going to stand on the keyboard. Lovely. That's no problem. Yeah, that's great.
Dog face, dog bum.
Oh, he's like, right, I'm too scared to jump.
Yeah.
Did he just nudge you there?
I've made a terrible error of judgment.
Get me down, Mum.
Rethinking all of my life decisions. Come on.
Don't
panic. Don't panic.
I should have called him Mr. Manning or Captain Mannering. or Pike, because he's a stupid boy.
No.
Molly, if you're going to kill him, go and do it in the garden where it won't be so messy.
My sister, who was never an animal person, has married a bloke who used to work at a animal rescue place, and he absolutely loves animals. And they've now they had 3 dogs. One died of old age, but they've got 2 dogs, 2 cat, well, 1 cat and a kitten, and I don't know how many birds. And he's got a parrot that sits on his shoulder a lot. So it's just when I'm on the phone with my sister, there's either a dog barking or a bird squawking. And she's like, can you believe this? I really can't. And she can't believe I've got a dog because I've been so terrified of dogs all my life. It's quite funny, really.
I'd have as many dogs as I could fit in the house, but currently I've already got more dogs than I can fit in the house.
Yeah.
So you've reached that you're living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
Well, the rescue place we got Monty from, we still follow it on Facebook, and when she puts new dogs on there, Darren always like, have you seen that dog? I'm like, yeah, I have seen it, but we're not getting another dog. He wants 2 dogs. I have enough trouble walking Monty on my own because he's so strong. Couldn't do 2.
Pussycat.
2 dogs.
What can we do then to sort eBay out? They're not going to see this, are they?
I wish they'd switch it off and on again. It just gets annoying. I mean, hopefully this evening, we'll all get ching, 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 ching as they all come through that have somehow been backlogged. But, it is what it is. We can't do much about it.
Well, I've got 19 items, mostly sandals, ready to go. So that's my plan for this weekend, is to list those.
Yeah, just carry on regardless, I think. And
I think that's the frustration of not being able to do anything about it,
Yeah.
Like I was saying to Lex last week, in an ordinary job, if things start to look a real bit sticky, you can say to your boss, any chance of some extra hours or whatever, or you can go and do eBay as a side hustle. But when your side hustle is your main hustle, yes, Mandy, I am. I am listing. I've got scheduled listings going up every day. I've got activity on the account all the time. So
Doing all the right things.
You know, the thing is, when I'm not working, I quite happily go eBay shit, but then I haven't been doing anything. So that's what I deserve.
Mm.
But right now, I don't deserve it. Like I said, I've had £189 sales for the fucking week. For the week.
Gee.
You know? It's just poo. It's all poo. Oh,
Poo.
my neighbour's in her car.
Yes, everybody go to Carla's eBay and buy a mug.
If I don't want to sound ungrateful, but can you all buy something easy to pack?
Don't buy a mug, buy a comforter.
I'll go and buy something soft and squishy.
How many comforters have you got? Buy a comforter.
No, you don't all have to go and buy any. You really don't. It's just that, yeah. It's just pants.
Oh, furry. So furry.
He's got a proper bubbly purr, hasn't he? A proper.
Oh, you can hear Max.
Yeah, he sounds like a pigeon cooing.
Yeah. He's just brrr. Yeah. He's only with his legs in the air. This is why we've got purring. We have
Oh,
legs in the air.
he's a belly rub cat.
Yeah.
So not very often you find a belly rub cat. Most of them just savage your hand as soon as you try.
Oh,
Yeah.
Azumi likes a belly rub, but she's got to be in the mood. You know? Otherwise, yeah, she will take your hand off.
He's loving that, bless him. Max. Nothing.
I've got a new pet wood pigeon called, well, we've named him Fat Freddy. He decided to camp out on our bird table and just eat everything.
That's the one that wasn't moving the other day, and you were worried, but he was just.
I thought it was
Just food logged. He just sat there in a food coma on your bird table.
Yeah. And we've got a scabby little magpie as well. Skinny little scabby little magpie that's hanging about all the time. And he just suddenly appeared on the windowsill, made us jump. He's looking at us.
Quel logo, s'il vous plaît?
Jules.
Jules. Yeah. The rabbit. Is it a hare or a rabbit?
I know stuff.
Yeah.
You do know stuff, Carly. You do. Lots of stuff. Some of it useful. You do.
I must list this Danny Boy musical box. I'm sure it's worth absolutely nothing, but it's quite sweet.
Oh, someone will want it for that tune. It's very popular.
Listen.
Nice.
I think it's really sweet. Like, I'm sure it's just one of those novelties that you get in, in tourist shops or whatever. But I think it's really fun.
It's a good tune.
So much Disney shite.
Oh, you
I agree. Disney shite.
Oh no, it's gone dark outside. I've got a lines full of washing.
It's all you come.
It wasn't forecast.
I've got 2 flowers on me sweet peas. I can see them from here.
Ooh.
Really?
There might be a sweet pea section in the waffle while I take you all out to look at them. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Tell you what, I bet you're on the edge of your seats on a Tuesday morning, aren't you?
It's
I'm
all
there
good stuff.
until you pop up.
The amount of
There's a lot on the
people that they don't start their day until they've watched your waffle, Carla. I'm sure you'd be surprised.
I am surprised. I'm surprised that anyone watches it, honestly. I'm always surprised when somebody's like, oh, I watched that. I'm genuinely like, did you? Oh. Especially if it turns out to be someone I know in real life, someone I know from outside of you guys or new viewers or whatever. Someone who I don't even realise knows that I've got a YouTube channel, and they go, oh yeah, so you do. And I'm like, oh, weird. Oh.
Yeah, when 2 worlds collide. Mm.
I have ex-work colleagues that follow me on Instagram, so they know about this. So if any of you are watching, please just say hello. Shock me.
Watching and lurking.
Somebody.
Don't lurk.
I know there's family members that watch and don't say that they watch, but they do.
They're the
Ooh.
So
trolls.
hello to you.
Honestly, Karen, they're the trolls.
They're probably the people that thumbs down.
Yeah.
Sue Erin says, is it not Saturday? It's definitely Saturday, Sue.
It is.
Definitely Saturday.
I hope it is.
It's Saturday for most of the day. I know
Until
that.
it stops being Saturday and starts being Sunday, and then it's not Saturday anymore. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Mike says he liked my haul this morning.
Oh, I watched that. What'd you get?
Well, I didn't get a laminator.
Oh,
It's
You
only
know
a
that
home bargain.
bottle, Carla, put it in a plastic bag because it's
Sorry?
supposed to stay damp. Otherwise, it all like cracks and falls
Yeah,
to
I
bits.
threw away the flipping container. There was absolutely no instructions on that container saying keep it and put it back in here so you know what you're doing. You know. So I threw the container away because I was like, I don't really understand. I additionally didn't understand why it come in such a massive container. Now I know.
Yeah, that's why, because it keeps it
And the
airtight.
recycling's been taken, so it's proper gone. It's not just here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
So,
stick it in.
am I right in thinking you're actually after a laminator?
No, I've got one now.
Ah,
I
all
was
right.
after one. Thank you anyway. But I ended
That's
up going to about 82 different shops last week to get one.
Oh, no.
So it says, how come Aid wasn't in the waffle? Did you forget to film him in your excitement? I only kind of realised afterwards I didn't film much at all on that Sunday. I think we were so busy chatting. So, of course, we did the live. I don't know what you did with Aid while I was out, Lex, but I did not do that. So, yeah, we did the live. So Aid was kind of on the channel for that. And then I didn't really film anything. Then in the afternoon, we were just sat watching telly and didn't really do much. So, and I couldn't film him at the boot sale because he was never there.
Well, yeah.
We spent all our time standing around waiting for him to reappear.
He was definitely there because he was on live and he was on Lex's vlog. So
Yeah,
he
he was
was definitely
definitely here.
And next weekend's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yes. Is it next weekend? Where am I now? Today's the...
bloody hell.
It is next weekend, yeah.
It's next weekend.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Carla, just to let you know, not all of your presents will be there in time.
Well, that's shit. All of your presents are behind me in a bag.
Oh
Birthdays
dear.
are not a surprise, Lex. They're on the same day every year. They don't creep up on you.
You're all right.
Yeah, you've been told.
Plus, they might arrive early. You never know.
Maybe they'll be very late.
Maybe I won't get anything at all.
Yeah. Maybe Santa doesn't want to bring you birthday presents. I don't know why. But, you know.
Strange Welsh upbringing you have there.
Santa. Yeah.
Have you,
All right.
have you not seen what the Welsh do at Christmas?
Do you like sacrifice the Easter Bunny or something?
It's close.
They have a lamb.
They have the skull of, I think it's a ram, and they parade it around and they knock on people's door, and you have to think of excuses for it not to come in the house.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's a bit different.
Fucking scary. I mean, they don't really do it a
Well,
lot.
I don't know what you want, love. I don't know what you want. I can't satisfy whatever this urgent need is because I don't know what you want.
That's a demanding dog. Cats are just so much easier.
What do you want?
Just wants a belly rub.
There's no treats up here. You've had your breakfast. The back door's open for you to roam. You've got 14,000 comfortable beds to choose from. All of your possible doggy desires are catered for.
That's a big.
He's literally the expression on his face. He just went, "Oh yeah, you're right. Shit."
My other cat's like that. He'll come and shout at you for no apparent reason. And he's like stood next to the bowl with the biscuits in. I go, well, they're there. But you have to put your fingers in the biscuits and move around. There they are. And he's happy. Weird.
Sue says, what's next weekend? Next weekend is Lex and Carla's and Josh's combined. It's not yet our birthday, but it's been Josh's birthday and it's our birthday soon celebration. We're going to find a snappier title for that. So my birthday is the 24th, which is, I don't know, what is like the 11th today?
Yeah, it's the 11th
It is the
today.
11th, yes.
My birthday's it'd been 2 weeks' time yesterday, if you see what I mean. And then Lex's is the 31st.
Yeah, yours is Friday and Lex is the following page is
Friday. Lex's is exactly a week after mine. So also
Yeah.
a Friday.
Following Friday.
Josh
Yeah.
turned 21 during lockdown. So basically we pretended it didn't happen. And so it's his 21st celebration as well. And Heather's coming down, which is very exciting. And
But I've got
Aid's
no
coming
birthday.
down. I haven't told Aid he's coming down, by the way. Aid's coming down. And Josh will be here.
Craig the Monocle.
and Craig DeMonico's coming, and then we're having a bit of a shindig.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Please don't let that be rain, please.
It's only washing, Carl, and it'll dry out again afterwards.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's okay. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
We were all very, very worried.
If my washing gets rained on, I'll have to wash it again.
No, you won't. You just leave it there to dry. It's only rain. It's not acid.
It's not dirty. You're not in London.
Stop your washing from being fresh then.
No, because rainwater is fresher than tap water.
Yeah,
Oh,
usually.
okay.
And softer than tap water, so more likely to leave your washing nice and soft. That's what got that stain out of that white company jumper, but not on the line for 3 weeks.
Mm.
Sunlight and rain got the stain out. Couldn't get it out any other way.
3 weeks. That's a long
Oh,
time.
it felt about 2.5 weeks in the end, but yeah. In fairness, the stain was probably gone after about a week, but I just kept thinking I should probably keep that jumper. But yeah,
I was on the phone with my mum the other day, and I said,
he is.
I'm probably not going to see my mum and dad in real life until next year.
Why?
Yes,
It's only July. There's a lot of this year left.
well, if we have the second wave in the winter, I won't be going anywhere.
We'll go before then, knobhead.
Yeah, going somewhere. Now is a good time to travel.
Don't wait until you can't go and go, oh, look, I can't go now.
No, I'm not ready to go on the train yet. I can't do it. I know there's loads less people on the train. I know.
There's nobody on the train. Did you not see Lex in first class on her own?
I was the only one.
God.
Only person on the train.
What you need to do is go at a very unbusy time anyway, which you can do because you can go anytime.
Yeah, I do. I
And you
do.
won't see anyone. People aren't commuting in the way they were, and it's all socially distanced anyway. You'll be safe on there. They clean them regularly and everything. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's the whole being in a confined space.
Yeah, but you won't feel fine because you're going to
They
be.
don't put you in the luggage compartment. Trains are huge.
Yeah, we'll just pop her up here.
To be fair, I probably could fit.
Mandy's saying yes, but Lex can afford first class. In fairness, it's like £7 more or something, isn't it, Lex, for the short journey?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
We actually did the calculations once before. It's about £7 more for Lex to travel first class, but she can eat and hunt and gather about 10 quid's worth of free food and snacks on the journey.
Except not last time because they weren't doing any, which I was very much disappointed.
Did you email them about that?
Oh no.
I would have done.
I
Even
know.
if it just meant you got a free ticket for next time, I'd have been like, yes, I won that one.
Last time I went, I won because they do a little raffle on. Well, I don't know if they still do it on GNER, where you can win an upgrade for first class, and I did win the upgrade.
Auntie Sue's just bought something for me.
Oh,
Thank you, Auntie Sue. It's not a mug. Thank you, Auntie Sue. I love you, Auntie Sue.
oh.
Police helicopter just went past.
They're after you.
Is it looking for me? What have you done now?
A sail.
It went past. Not
Have you, Carla?
A sail. I feel like you know when there's a bit in one of the Desert Island movies, isn't he? When he goes, a sail, that's me.
Yeah.
Don't nobody buy anything off me. There's nothing worth buying. Trust me.
That's not the way to go. That's not the way to promote yourself, love.
Great marketing skills there, Colin.
Yeah, that'll work every time.
Everything is in my shop is absolutely beautiful, and you can't have it. It's all mine.
That's more like my line. Yeah.
I've got a pair of leather All Saints men's ankle boots that just don't want to go. Again,
size are they?
watches.
Don't send me. I haven't sold your coat yet.
You haven't sold it.
Not yet.
Are they shoes or something unusual about them?
They've got a buckle on. I'll show you them.
A buckle. How rare.
I've sold All Saints shoes before, and boots and things, and they're all right. I know if they're men's ones, sometimes the way you describe them can make quite a difference. Large. Oh right, okay. They're a monk strap. They're called a monk strap.
Yeah, I've got that on there, monk boots.
Let me see. I didn't know that. I need to learn stuff.
Where they have a strap that goes across and a buckle.
Is
They
it?
call that a monk
There we
strap.
go. Learned some
Yeah.
stuff.
I
I never
think Lex told me that.
I learned some stuff.
I
Didn't you
guess
tell
it's
me that,
just not
Lex?
the time of year because they're quite wintry. That's all it is. It's just the time of year. They'll sell again come September.
Yeah, Rebecca says she lives by a railway and there's no passengers.
Because she can look in and see and go, nobody there.
See, my sister wanted me to come for a week this summer to Essex to go and see her.
You
She's like, yeah, come on the train, but you've got to go via London to go to Essex. It's so weird. It's actually easier for me to go to Newcastle to Peterborough, Peterborough to Ipswich, Ipswich to Essex, rather than Newcastle to London, change stations in London, and then go London to Essex. It's weird.
Well, everything is London centric down here. It's like if I want to go across country, you have to go into London and out again. It is stupid. But if you can do it a different way, you can also buy the train tickets. I think there's a way of buying separate train tickets so you actually pay a lot less, isn't there?
If you use the Trainline app,
The train line, yeah.
it actually came up with it the other day. Do you want to split your tickets?
And that'll save you money as well.
There's a dedicated app that does that as well, that finds the best way for you to.
Yeah, I use Red Spotted Hanky.
Oh, that's it.
I've been using them for years.
So I don't train, so it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say not because it's cheaper to drive.
I get on the train. I like trains. I like travelling by train.
Yeah, I do. It's the only form of travel that doesn't make me feel sick. Because I get motion sickness.
On the train. But if I was to go to Bristol by train, I'd have to go into London and then out again. It cost me a goddamn fortune. Getting in the car, just petrol money.
There is a Newcastle to Bristol train, but for some reason it's really expensive. So it was easier for me when I came to Bristol to go to Manchester and then meet Sam and Becca and then travel with them to Bristol.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's getting my nerves.
I think I went Newcastle to Manchester and then Manchester to Wigan and met them in Wigan.
Yeah, Jem says there's an app that splits the fare for tickets. So it must be that one that you've just said. I can't remember what you just said.
Red Spotted Hanky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just too scared. I know it's a good time to travel.
Yeah, because like you say, you don't want to wait till next year before you see everybody. Go and see them all this summer. Have a lovely time, and then if things
I saw them all in February.
In winter, then at least you've seen them.
Yeah,
Peter just said it took him 3 hours to get to Bristol from Epsom in Surrey, just south of London, had 4 changes. And it would have been probably a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I'd rather do a 2.5 hour drive without 4 changes. The one thing I hate about traveling by train is changing at a station, because you're always like, oh my God, what if this train's late and I miss my connection or whatever, or what if I need a wee? And
yeah, there's that. When my train's late, I get really panicky because I've got this thing about I can't wee on the train. I have to wee at the station.
Train toilets are disgusting, aren't they?
Yeah. So
you don't take your life in your hands there.
If my train's running late, I have to really rush because I must have that wee because I'm traveling for like 6 hours, so I need that wee.
Yeah, it's the changes that do my head in about trains. I like traveling by train, but I hate a journey with train.
My mum would love to come and visit me on her own, but she's too scared to do that Peterborough change. She's worried.
You've got a lot in common, haven't you? Somewhere something's got to give, and you're the younger person, so you're going to be more adaptable and stronger and more able. Usually,
I don't want it.
Let's make it an adventure. Take lots of food with you, lots of snacks. Make it as pleasant as you can, and see everyone.
Well, my brother-in-law said he'd come and get us, but he's got a big truck, like a American type truck, and it just uses so much petrol. It's going to be so expensive for him to do that. Oh, the one she knows is called Train Pal. I've seen that one.
Get the bus.
Be on it for a week.
Yeah.
Mega bus, yeah, they're really slow, aren't they?
Yeah. They go to lots of stops.
Yeah.
My mum and dad like going on coach holidays, and I can't imagine anything worse.
Oh no.
My idea of
They do
hell.
that all the time.
No leg room. No leg room.
Definitely not.
My mum and dad went on one of those. Now, bearing in mind that my dad was a control freak, it was one of the worst possible holiday he could have gone on.
Hmm.
So many other people in close proximity. Like, ugh, gah, no.
Well, it says on my weather app that there's 2% chance of rain, so I'm hoping this is just going to go over this big grey cloud.
You should be lucky then.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed with myself now.
What?
I'm annoyed with myself
Why? What for?
because I do normally have a holiday in the summer, don't I, to see my mum and dad,
We'll take it.
and I'm due one. I just can't.
You can.
It sounds like you need to, because if you say you can't, then you basically won't see them until next year, and that's going to do you have far bigger impact on you than actually.
Also, if you don't go away, Darren doesn't get his wank week.
There is that.
Which is important for his mental health and spiritual well-being.
Indeed.
You'd have to sedate me, I think, to get me on the train.
That's not going to work with 4 changes, is it?
Kidnapping, that's different.
It's only one change. Newcastle to Peterborough, and then Peterborough to Ipswich, and then my dad always picks me up at Ipswich. One day I really must film when I'm getting into Ipswich station, and my dad's always stood in the same place behind the barriers waiting for me, and his little face lights up when he sees me, and I must video that sometimes. It's so cute.
Do it this summer.
Well, yeah, video it in a couple of weeks when you go and see them.
Yeah.
I can't, even if you tell me. I can't.
Life's too short, Karen.
It's
With
not a
everything
matter
that's
of
going on, if you don't go, you could really end up regretting that.
The thing is, it's not a matter of can't, it's a matter of won't. There's no can't, there's no one stopping you. It's you
But
won't.
you've been talking about it now. I'm like my stomach's gone all funny, and I've gone all like I can feel the tension in my chest.
But you won't die.
And you might as well do it then.
Being tense doesn't kill you unless you shatter into 1,000 pieces. Unless somebody hits you with a toffee hammer.
I'm too scared.
You're a lot safer going this summer when there's so few other people than you would be normally. That's all I'm saying. And it is not a Corona soup out there. Definitely not.
I know.
And I think you would, like I said, it would be horrible if you ended up regretting it for some tragic reason.
My uncle's
None
been
of
in
our
hospital
parents are
again.
getting any younger, are they? Let's face it.
Well, my uncle's been in hospital again. He's got vascular dementia, and he's ended up in hospital again. And I think it's because he's forgetting to drink, or he's not drinking enough. He keeps getting kidney infections, and he needs some extra help. And I do feel bad that I haven't seen him for quite a while, because I don't think I saw him in February, only briefly, because he wasn't well there.
These things don't control you. You control them.
Yeah.
You are definitely in charge of what goes on in your own head.
I think
It's one of the few things we can do something about.
Hi, Saul.
Oh, hi, Saul.
I'll have to have a good long think about it, but I just really, I've already said in my mind, I'm not doing
No,
it.
don't have a good long think about it. Just do it.
Yeah, don't think. I think it's the thinking that's the problem. It's the overthinking that's the problem.
Feel the mitt and do it anyway.
Or make a list of the pros and cons. Make a list of the pluses for it and the minuses for it, and look at the list and see what outweighs
Then
what.
cross off all the minuses that are actually things you've made up or actually aren't real.
Okay, normally when I go visit my parents, the minus thing is the train journey, because I don't like all the people. And I know that's not going to be there this time, because there's not going to be loads of people on the train.
Time to go. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, Phil says, what about National Express?
I used to get the bus from the big coach from Leeds back home when I was at university, and that was always a horror because it was like a long journey, and I was just cramped and horrible.
Coach toilets are even worse than train toilets as well. I don't know
If
what they
they
do
have
for
them.
toilets, but oh dear.
Back in those days, they didn't all have them, so you had to wait for them to stop. It was like, oh crap. Well, I like this is a knuckle duster ring. I love that.
Yeah, you'd have to wear that in a fight, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's like, right.
There you go. Jem saying, I lost my stepdad last year and my younger brother has cancer, and it's just made me realise how precious life is. Family is so important. And Lainey says, I can't go and see my parents because I can't get to their flat. The wheelchair doesn't go through one of the doorways and the community room is out of use at the moment. And give anything to see them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm being ungrateful because I can go and see my parents.
I don't think ungrateful is an odd term, but I think I think you must accept that you are stopping yourself doing something that is important to you, and like I said, and heaven forbid, but could prove to have been even more important later on with hindsight. I'll be back.
Doggy girl.
I being a dick. Oh, there, Karen.
Oh.
What did you say, Lex?
I said, I think you're being a dick. You're being a
I was
dickhead.
saying, did you say stop being a dick? I was imagining you saying that.
Dickhead. Selfish dickhead. You know why? Because you are, right? You know how minimal risk it is. Minimal. And
Yeah,
yet,
a lot less than your washing getting wet today.
yeah, like a infinitesimally tiny chance of you not only getting this, but then going on to die from it. Tiny, isn't? And yet you won't put that tiny chance behind seeing your parents who you love. That's quite selfish.
That's one
Then
way.
make you cry.
Good. Cry, book a ticket, go see your parents.
Lex,
So
I
Henry
need,
says Lex is so rude, like she's totally the rudest.
She's got a point. It's a fair point.
Lex, I need you to meet my best friend Marie because you're very similar.
Mum's
She
just
calls me
said,
a different-
you know, you're talking about me being rude. Mum just goes, yeah, you don't have to live with her.
Honesty. Yay.
No, also my best friend, her dad's really ill, so I really should go and see her as well.
Is that
She's
Mummy
down
drilling?
the
She's
Not here. Who's
It's
drilling?
Mummy. Lex's mummy is drilling.
yeah.
She does pick her times.
Good for her. Cracking
What's
on.
she building?
She's bought big pots like for the garden. Is it to put the tomato plants in? Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's drilling drainage holes.
Excellent.
Don't need men. Don't need men.
Exactly. Good for her.
Yeah. Just tomatoes.
Lainey says you're not being ungrateful, Karen. You're worried, but they're fears that are unreasonable that you've overthought. And that's it. You've built this stuff up in your mind to be bigger than it is.
Can I just say, before all this happened, I had a germ phobia kind of anyway.
I know.
So
Yeah.
it's just
And
made
then
it.
it's not a germ. So there's absolutely no connection between that and what's going on. So you can take that one back off the table. Nice try. Nice try. Not a scientist, but nice try. Bear with. I'm just going to mute myself so I can scream at the dog.
Okay.
Mad.
It was Kai that time.
Oh.
Here says the parents may be visiting them. I feel bad about it as they're old and it's a long drive, but it's the first time in 4 years they've been there. I think that's really nice that they're coming to here because I know that you wanted them to see your home for a long time, and I think that's a positive thing. And length of drive is immaterial because you just stop at every services, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just stop every now and again and have another wee. And another coffee, and then need another wee because you had another coffee, and just keep on perpetuating the issue. Sue said it sounded like your mum was necking squirty cream straight from the tap. And then Store said no, she runs a dental practice from the kitchen. I love that. I love the idea that off camera, Mummy's there drilling out somebody's
You were dental, Mum, apparently. You've been running an off-books dental practice with that girl.
Go and see your parents, Karen.
I don't know.
Go and see your parents, Karen.
You do know. You know what you need to do.
Right, that's it. Nobody speaks until Karen books a ticket. That's it. We'll just sit here in silence for 5 days.
I can get tougher. I can be meaner and really make you cry if that's what it takes.
No, don't be mean.
Aw.
Zahir's bought something without looking at it properly. What was it, Z?
Uh-oh.
Everything. Everything he owns.
Was it your first car boot? Because I was like that. My first car boot, I was like, just give me all the stuff.
That's the thing with me. I'm terrible, right? If I'm like, I get wrapped up in my own worries and fears and forget that everybody else has worries and fears too, and have got stuff going, and I end up. It really annoys me if I'm in a group of people. It always ends up, the conversation goes back to me and everyone telling me what to do.
You know why?
Like, sometimes I think I should just sit there and just listen to everyone else.
Do you know why? Because you
Why?
always make the conversation about you.
Not on purpose though. It's just that I just go Blair and say everything I'm thinking, and everyone wants to give me advice and tell me I'm being a plonker.
Or a dickhead.
You know what they say though, if one person holds opinion about you, then it might be wrong. But if everybody's telling you the same thing, they're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, well, I'm not saying you're a dickhead, but if everybody's saying the same thing, then you're probably collectively.
There's something in it.
Yeah.
That's what they mean.
It's like if one person hates you, that might be them. But if everyone hates you, that's probably you.
Something's going to happen.
The weirdo on the bus is you.
Oh.
Don't lick windows, all right? If you just give up your window licking habit, you'll be so much better off. Mandy says she would give the world to see her mum, but can't. And Store says we all build barriers for ourselves. We have our own inner saboteurs. Hi, Anya.
Do what Lainey says.
I've been doing that journey for 17 years now.
Yeah, you could probably drive the train.
Yeah. And I average 2 to 3 times a year, usually visit. So what's that? 17, 3 times 17, 40, 50 times.
51.
At least. Probably more. I've done that journey.
There you go. One more time.
And this time there will be fewer people on it and fewer things to worry about.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
It's just the whole my immune system, what could happen if I catch it. That's where all the stress and worry comes from.
You're not going to catch it. You're going to take the precautions so you don't catch it. You're going to look
Well,
at
Sue was just saying, apparently the current figures are that about 4,000 people currently in the UK have COVID.
Right.
What are the chances of you meeting any of those 4,000 people out of the 72 million that the population currently is, or something like that? 72 million. What are the chances of you bumping into any of those 4,000 on the train?
Very, very small.
The problem is, those 4,000 people all live in Peterborough. So what can you do?
All of them, all just by the station.
Yeah.
In communal housing.
It's like you saying there's a 0.01% chance of it raining outside, so I'm not going to put my washing out.
Mm.
That's what it's equivalent to. It's like, yeah, there's the minuscule possibility. Life is probabilities, but it's
in fact,
incredibly.
when you look at the location of where those 4,000 people are, it's like you saying it's raining in Aberdeen, so I'm not going to put my washing out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, still saying about Felixstowe. No, Felixstowe is not enticing. It's the people in it. It's a dead end. It's a dead end town, basically. There's not much going on. I just go there for the people.
And the charity shops.
Yeah. In charity shops.
So book your ticket then.
Christine says you might feel better after your hospital appointment, as that is likely to happen without anything bad happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right,
That
do
was
that.
on
Hospital appointment that you're definitely going to this time.
Yes.
Ooh, how about if we just make you not just feel really sad, but also really guilty and indebted to us as well? Would that work? So if we all got together and paid for your ticket,
No, don't do that.
and then you would have to go, because like the level of disappointment in you that we would have if we'd, like done this for you as a nice special treat, oh, this is really thoughtful. Karen would love to go see her parents, so we all club together and put in some money towards your ticket, and then you just like, not going.
And let your parents know you're coming and make sure they're all really excited. And
Wow, that'd take them green, wouldn't it? But yeah.
I'm really having to control me turning into a child having a hissy fit. That's what I feel like is about to happen.
you're going to lie on the floor and go. Because if so, that's going to be so much fun. I'm really in for that.
It's entertainment right there.
No, BCP says I'm still shocked that Karen says she pees on the train. Other people use the toilets.
No, I
It
don't.
works, but she doesn't pee on the train.
Oh, dear.
We'll see. That's all I'm going to say for now. We'll see.
I think Christine was right though. I think once you've had your hospital appointment and you go like, oh yeah, that wasn't so bad actually, and look at me, I haven't died, hooray!
Hey.
Which is, let's face it, that's against the norm, because every time you've had flu in the past, you've died, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, every time.
Every bloody time.
Oh,
Hello.
look, it's Darren.
Have you come to put your pennies worth in?
No, I'm buying a Star Wars Jedi Order, 20 quid, right?
What?
Xbox game,
Oh, right.
right? So I'm using the card.
Okay.
Darren?
No money in it because
Right, this is the conversation we've been having, and I
Yeah.
want your opinion on it. Everyone thinks I should go and see Mum and Dad because the trains are really quiet. What do you think?
And it's summer.
No,
Why not, Darren?
it's too dangerous.
It's not. You're enabling.
Too
Really
dangerous.
not.
I thought he'd say that he'd worry about me.
Yeah,
She's not a
Right.
child.
sort this out.
There you go then.
He's a man of few words.
He's wrong, though.
Unfortunately, yeah.
He worries about me all the time. So that fuels my worry because he worries.
It's feeding off each other. It's not.
But at that point, when he said, no, it's too dangerous, you did not even attempt to say, I'd really like to do it. It's important to me. We've been talking about it. We don't think it is dangerous. You didn't. You just went, excellent. He's just given me permission to not go. That's what you just did. I watched you do it. You went, there we go then. That's the end of that. Lovely, sorted.
No, I'll talk to him about it. First thing I need to do is see how much the tickets are, because someone said they'd gone up the price, and it already cost me usually about £110 return.
It's all right because we're paying for it and you're indebted to us.
You're not paying for it.
Oh, Lainey's going lamppost dodging again. Yay!
Oh, you haven't hurt yourself, have you?
No, she's going to the beach and she's going to avoid all the lampposts, apparently.
Yeah. Any
Drive on the dark side of the street.
Oh, it'd be lovely though. I love the sound of the waves. I do miss that living here because I'm not near the coast.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about Felixstowe. You're very close to the seaside. Yeah, I could go first class, but that's going to be even more expensive probably. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Nice to see your loved ones.
Yeah. He's just took the dog out.
Mm.
Well, while he's out, I am sad and disappointed at that response.
Yeah. I was expecting him to say, yeah, go.
Yeah,
Actually was.
Yeah.
Because that's what he normally says when I say, I'm going to go and see Mum and Dad. He usually can't wait to get rid of me.
I think that's a shame.
But that, you know, he's not been at his best recently. He's been really stressed and worried a lot.
Well, I don't
Again,
understand.
though, when you know, if things started getting back to normal with Darren going back to work and whatever, he would realise that it's not, again, like Heather said, it's not Corona soup out there. It's not.
No.
Yeah, because he hasn't been at work since lockdown.
Exactly. And if he had been, he'd have a very different view on everything.
Mm.
Is he going back to work? Like, has he got a date or anything?
Well, he was supposed to have a meeting last week, and then it got cancelled to discuss going back. I want him to go back on a phased return, but I don't. He says he'd rather just go back properly. But
Why do you want him to go back on a phased return?
I just think he's done a lot of. It's a very physical job, and I think it's going to really knacker him if he goes back to full time straight away after being off for so long.
Nah, he's a grown up. He'll be all right.
Well, yeah, you did just find something that isn't happening to worry about. My granny used to say, you don't just wait for trouble, you go and knock on the door and say, are you coming out to play?
So, if you think I'm bad, meet my mum. She has like several different scenarios. If she's doing something, she's got several different scenarios and backup plans and everything in her head. She packs.
You don't have to do
That
that.
would definitely make your mum cry.
I was
Definitely.
going to say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and you don't want to become like that, because how limiting must her life be?
Yeah.
Self-limiting, I have to say. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think there comes a point when when we all have to look at ourselves and go, am I living my life? Am I living it? Am I living it, or am I just plowing through it? Because life is a gift, and you're not supposed to just trudge through it one day at a time. You are supposed to live it and make the most of it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
agreed.
definitely agree with that.
You're just existing right now.
Yeah.
That's it. And as scary as it sounds, this ain't going away anytime soon. It's not. And once this one is over with, there might be another one, and there might be another, like Ebola, bird flu, yada yada yada, something.
I think it's the plague. I think the bubonic plague's coming back.
Plague, yeah. There's
Nice one.
There's also things like cars and like going on a train that can kill you. Bricks falling from the sky for no reason. There's lots of things that will kill you.
What if the train crashes and I can go and see I told you, Lex?
Well, then
So this entire world is full of things that are trying to stop us being alive, and yet most of us make it to old age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so far, you've done 40 years of it, so
Yeah, pretty good going.
Yeah, that immune system of yours seems to be all right, actually.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have keeled over at year dot, wouldn't you? I know nothing's simple, but actually, everything is simple as well, if you see what I mean. So that was not a sentence. I'm going to come back again when it is. I know nothing seems simple, but it's because you have unsimplified it in your own head.
In my mind, I planned on being in the house until next March, basically.
What?
Why the fuck would you make a fucking shit plan like that? That's the worst plan I've ever heard.
That's not a plan, that's hiding.
Yeah. Karen, that's okay. That's
Abort
actually
plan. Abort
really
plan.
freaking weird as well. Like, if you hear yourself, I'm going to stay in this room for a year.
I mean, why did you pick next March? Who told you that next March everything was going to be fine?
Well, I've been watching the health the science woman. She was on this morning, and she was saying, if you should be sensible, and if you can stay at home, stay at home. So
yeah,
yes.
Pretty sure she didn't mean you for a year.
Until next March.
Yeah, she didn't say that.
It'll be don't do unnecessary things. Don't go to Soho and have a street party and get lashed with all of your mates.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean, right, you're not going to have a life now. I'm going to stay inside. while everyone else is out there working, earning money, and you're there.
Not being part of society.
Stall's come in with some actual science. I like it.
Good one, Stall.
The thing is, by staying in for long stretches, you are damaging your own immune system because you're not building up any resilience to the other germs. In your face.
He has a very valid point. Yeah, he does.
And I know Lainey understands because she spent a lot of time in one room as well.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Yeah, and Lainey did not plan that. Lainey didn't, she's not going, oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to spending a year here. No, Lainey's desperate to get out, and she is getting out.
Yeah, in spite of all the obstacles, real practical physical obstacles that are working against her, that woman has been able to switch her mindset round into being expansive rather than contracting down. And that's kind of what we would hope you can do.
Pinky Perky also has, sorry.
I was just saying hello to a new person, Pinky Perky.
I was just reading that out. Also has huge anxiety about the new normal, but just going to take it step by step. That's it. She didn't say, I'm just going to stay in my house until next March. She didn't say that.
Well, she's also not got someone else telling her what to do. She's very much in her own, and that works both ways, clearly, but it means we haven't got to worry about somebody else.
Yours clothing.
You the state of me when this all started. I'm not surprised I made Darren so anxious because I was an absolute spanner when this first started.
Yeah, but it's not now. It's different now. We're getting used to it.
I need to be brave.
Well, it's complicated, and it's not just you to consider.
Also, now you need to undo the damage you've done by making Darren agree with you.
Yeah.
With that.
That's going to be hard.
Now you've made Darren believe it's not safe out there as well.
And also remember, Darren is doing it out of selfishness. Darren is not, right, this is going to sound really horrible, right? At Darren's core, it is he doesn't want to be left alone without you. Okay? He doesn't want to be left alone. It's not, oh, I really, I hope she's okay. That it's come from, don't leave me alone. Isn't it? Because that, that's why he's worried about you. It's because without you, he would have nothing.
You two have formed a bit of a
bubble.
A bit of an unhealthy codependency is what you formed in the nicest possible way. It's nice that you love each other, but it's not necessarily the best idea to go, we are a safe little unit of two and the dog, and that's it. We'll just bubble away in here together and lock everybody else out. And that's it. It's not necessarily the best thing because, like I said, it becomes an unhealthy codependency. You're not Siamese twins. You are two individual people, and you should have individual thoughts and processes and plans and activities and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a switch of mindset that's needed somewhere there, because you're both two lovely people and you deserve to have a decent life, and at the moment it's very closed in.
Ashley says, quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pale in comparison to what lies inside you. You can do it. You can.
I like it when Karen's quiet. It means that she's thinking about it.
It means that she's run out of arguments. Oh dear, we are bullying you terribly, Karen. Somebody will tell me what a bully I am next.
Oh no. And I want to say publicly, because I've not said it, is me and Carla are very good friends. The reason Carla winds me up is because she knows she can. Same with Lex. And it's
fun.
I'm very easy to pick on. But I do take it with good humour. I don't get upset and depressed. I don't feel like I'm being bullied. They're my friends.
I think the important part of that as well, it is given in good humour.
Yeah.
Nobody is here just tormenting Karen. Well, maybe Lex.
No.
Double Karma saying they're going meet a friend. I don't actually have any friends in Newcastle.
No, that's what you should do is go to Felixstowe and meet family. That's just the same thing.
My best friends are in Felixstowe. My three girl best friends, Beck, Kay, and Marie, are all in Felixstowe. Who I miss. I know. I'll be even more of a hermit if I stay in forever. I just kind of got used to Darren being my enabler and going out and doing the things.
We get used to being in prison, but that doesn't mean you don't want to be out of prison.
Yeah.
You can get there.
Because the money I had for that Bristol meetup is being spent on a sewing machine now.
Oh,
I took the money.
Right. Have you ever seen a film called Right at Your Door?
Mm-mm.
Really good film, right? 2006 film. I just looked it up. And so there's like a husband and wife, and they like a bomb has been set off in this city, and it's got like it's like a genetic disease bomb thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's the husband is inside the house, and you're told like, right, you've got to seal and not let any of the air inside the house. So he seals the house and everything. And then she comes back and she's outside and she's like, let me in. And he's like, I can't because you're covered in all of this stuff. And if, you know, then you'll infect me and stuff. And then it turns out that actually by having exposure to all of this, like the outside, is what saves them because they become immune to it and they fight off and they become stronger. And all of the people that were inside and sellotaped off and stuff, they're the ones that eventually suffered because obviously it's going to get you at some point. You know, you can't live forever inside the house. But yeah, they ended up not getting an immunity or anything to it, and they're the ones that died. So they're good films. Wow.
So if I stay in, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all going to die. Nobody gets out of it alive.
Inside. Inside.
But what you don't want to do when you do look back at your deathbed is go, I've had a wonderful long life in this room. I've lived 164 years. We've painted this room 4 times.
Actually, I'll tell you something.
I remember the wardrobe over there.
You know how you were saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree?
yes.
My 90-year-old nan had a fall 5 or 6 years ago. She didn't leave the house after then.
Yeah,
She lost the chair. She lost the use of her legs. Now she lives in a home and she sits in that same room all day, every day. She doesn't even go downstairs to the garden very often.
I'll tell you the same story. My gran lived alone until she was 100 years old. She lived in her bungalow until she was 100 years old. At 100, she had a fall and broke everything down one side. So ankle, knee, hip, elbow, collarbone, shoulder bone, everything down one side. Although they managed to mend all of those bones, they didn't encourage her to walk in the hospital. Which we felt they should have done. They said that you know she was scared to try and walk, and they didn't encourage her because the bottom line is it's actually easier for them if people don't get up and wander about. Yeah. So then she moved into a care home, and they also didn't encourage her to walk because it's much easier for care home workers if the residents are where they left them. Much easier for them. So there was no incentive for them to encourage her to walk. And again, never walked again and died unhappy in a room surrounded by people she didn't particularly like. And not able to do anything for herself, having lived independently and beautifully for 100 years. She was a serene, wise woman who everybody admired and looked up to. Everybody in that town called her Mrs. Hammond. Everybody, from the vicar to the mayor to the smallest child, called her Mrs. Hammond until she went into the care home and some fucker called her Daisy. And I was just like, oh, that's Mrs. Hammond. You think you're talking to.
Even you called her Mrs. Hammond, and she was your grandmother.
But just, the loss of independence is a major, major thing, and you are offering to give yours up.
Yeah. The oldest client I ever had was an old lady who had a fall and lost all confidence and wasn't walking, and her son would bring her to see me. And I'd do some hypnotherapy with her, and then obviously she'd be taken home again. All right, she wasn't going to go and dance the Charleston or something, but she certainly got some of her confidence back. So however old you are, and this woman was well into her 80s, and that was quite a long time ago. It is possible to get it back. But what happens is, the thing with the apple not falling far from the tree, it's not that you're made that way. It's kind of like it's kind of like a gift you didn't want to receive. It's kind of like, well, this is how we work, so here you go. And you take it on board because that's normal. That's how everybody is. That's just how life is.
You imbibe this stuff from your parents because your mother will have silently convinced you for years that things aren't safe.
Yeah, it's like phobias of spiders and things. They're transmitted. They're not actually. They're kind of infectious. They're not actually. You're not born with it, but you are gifted it as part of your growing up tools. What you can do as you get older is go, well, thank you very much. It was a lovely thought, but I'd rather not have that. Thank you. I don't need to accept that gift. I'll take all the others. You can keep that one. It can be done. It truly can.
Here's another thing that could happen. Look, Storr says when his heart stopped working, he spent 18 months indoors and his eyesight deteriorated hugely because he wasn't using his long range vision.
Yeah.
Oh, mine has. My eyesight has got worse.
Yeah, because you're not looking at anything that's more than 8 foot away.
Yeah.
And like, not okay. Our mum, Carla, they're exactly the same age, aren't they?
Yeah.
And
They're so different.
Your mum obviously has like some issues. My mum's had cancer before and stuff, and it was just like, yeah, got cancer, have it up, there you go, jobs are good. And there, as you have seen, as you know, there is no stopping my mum. You would never think that our mums were the same age.
Yeah, there's no starting my mum.
Yeah. And that is part of the Yorkshire, you rub it with a brick.
Your mum is living a full and busy and I would say happy and content life.
Yeah.
And my mum isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's made choices.
My mum is lonely and bored and unfulfilled and
I'm not lonely. I'm not bored.
And it's not coming.
I'm not bored or lonely or anything.
No, it's not that exactly, but it's kind of about you end up where you put yourself, sort of. The choices you made, all the choices you've made so far have led you to where you are now. The choices you make from here on in will take you to where you want to go. And usually, instead of taking you where you want to go, because people tend to focus on the negative, it tends to take you exactly where you don't want to go. And most kids say, I don't want to be like X-parent. That's kind of like a given. But unfortunately, because it's unconscious and the stuff is there, people somehow find themselves going, I never thought I'd end up here. I'm exactly like my father, mother, whatever. And it can be undone, but it really takes some effort.
My mum is good, and she does lots of things in the community and with charity and all stuff like that. I'm not saying my mum hasn't got a life. She has. She's just a worrier.
Yeah.
She does a lot of things. My nan hasn't got a life anymore because of.
So your mum has been able to get over the things that she worries about and continue having a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can do the same then, because if you're, if you're chip off the old block, well, if she's done it, then you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I didn't have health issues that I've got, I'd be okay. I wouldn't be so worried. It's the worry of the health implications.
The problem with the health stuff, and I've worked with lots of people with some very severe health considerations to do with immune systems and stuff like that, is again, people tend to focus on what they can't do. The shift that has to happen in order for you to maximize your life is to look at what you can do, not what you can't, and then start expanding that. It's like looking for, glass half full, half empty. It's literally a change of how you frame that picture that you're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like when I first became ill in 2013, 14, I spent a good year doing absolutely nothing except for sitting on the sofa and reading. I did nothing because I thought, well, this is my life now. I can't do anything. I'm too tired. I ache all over. I might as well just sit here and read books. So that is what I did for a year.
Which makes it worse, doesn't it? Because then your body gets used to not needing all of this energy, and and your mental state goes, just stay in. It's easy to stay in, isn't it?
So I did push myself to get over that and start. And then obviously we got Monty, and I started walking more, and I feel like I've gone more unfit now because I've hardly walked Monty now.
Well, you will have done. You lose your muscle tone, don't you?
Yeah.
You can get it back again because you've done it before. Luckily, you know that. and you've done it. So it's just a case of, okay, we've got to go back a bit. It's been 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you're still a step forward from where you were. And you need to remember that and build on it. Yeah.
Can I just answer Jodie Gem? She's from actual York, from the Ainsty of York. So there.
I feel like the surveyor might not have been needed, but you know.
You know what you mean.
Yorkshire thing, isn't it? Yorkshire. So, you know, you like, I would fall over as a kid or as an adult, fall over, and then my mum would be like, well, that was stupid, wasn't it? Get up. Yeah. And so, like, you'd go like, oh, do I cry? And then, because you don't cry because it hurts, you cry because, you know, shock and, mummy, and then goes, now get up, and you go, oh, okay, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right, actually. Yeah, it's fine.
Get up, rub it with a brick, you're fine.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? But, oh, yeah, I suppose so, actually. Yeah. When you
I used to fall over on the park, and people would carry me back to my mum and dad's, knock on the door, and like my dad would go, she's fine.
Exactly, but you'd let them, wouldn't you? I generally do have like a bit of a phobia, and Carla kind of knows about this one. When it's raining, I've got to wear my Doc Martens, right? And if it snows and I've got to go somewhere, I do have a bit of a major phobia of falling over. Like, really, really do. And that is because I didn't have it at all. It was always fine. Like, I run through the streets in the snow until I was going to work one day, and I came out of Cardiff Central train station. I slipped on some ice, fell back, whacked my head on the floor, and was unconscious for maybe only a couple of seconds. But when I came to, there was loads of people like all gathered around me, and they were like, oh, "You all right? You all right?" And I was so just like, "No, I'm fine." That I got up and I pretty much legged it out of there, because I was just so like, no, I'm okay. Turned out I did actually have concussion, and I probably should have gone to the hospital, but I was so like, no, I'm okay. I don't need your help. It's fine, you know. And I think that, you know, that's like the opposite, isn't it? Like, I could have laid there and gone, oh, someone help me, please. But no, I was so just like, get off.
It's sort of embarrassing too, isn't it? Oh, no. I'm all right.
Yeah, nothing worse than someone trying to pick you up.
Yeah, exactly. Don't try that.
Right, shall we stop analysing Karin's brain now?
Oh. Yeah, 2 hours.
The wonderful brain of Karin.
Oh, well done.
I am a good person, really, and I am nice.
Nobody suggested you weren't
silly.
a good person.
Absolutely, that's never been in question.
But as I've said to Lex before, I don't particularly like people treating my friends like shit. And that includes themselves. Said to Lex before, now, why the hell are you talking to my friend Lex this way? You know, why are you doing this to my friend Lex? And that apply, you know, that's it's important to you to do your best for you, to treat you well.
Yeah, you're right.
And wrapping yourself up in cotton wool and putting yourself away in the bottom drawer of the chest of drawers is not necessarily the best way to treat you.
Sometimes I do the easiest thing. And
We nearly always do the easiest thing, don't we? Nearly all of us go, oh, path of least resistance, that's the one for me. But you have to ask whether it's the right thing sometimes. And like I said, I think making a plan to not leave the house until next March is complete fucking insanity. Get a grip, woman.
Well, I was going to leave the house just very, very slowly and do things very slowly.
Just going to hang on to the door frame in case a hurricane came.
Oh, dear.
Right, let's get on with our day then. We've got shit to do.
Yes.
I'm going to list things.
Me too.
Listing things, and then hopefully.
Thanks everyone, and thanks for all your encouragement in the side chat. And I'll let you know next Saturday what I'm going to do.
How many times are you going out of the house this week, by the way, between now and next Saturday?
Well, it was going to be once, but it probably should be more than once, really.
Surely Monty's got legs every day of the week, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, how many times are you going out the house between now and next Saturday?
5.
I never said 5. It's up to you to say. I've just wondered how many.
No, Lex is saying 5. I don't know if I can do 5.
Why
So
not?
what day's your hospital appointment?
Wednesday afternoon. 7? No, I'm not doing 7.
Why can't you do 5 though? Doesn't he go for walks twice a day?
Yeah, but I suppose, yeah. I could go out twice in one day.
Yeah.
You could go out every other day, couldn't you? And then have a day when you sit there and go, I'm going to go out today, thank God. I could just vegetate. I think like Storm made a very good point about the building up immunity to other stuff. If you do stay in your house, then when somebody walks past you with a cold, you'll catch that cold or whatever, you know what I mean? Or measles or mumps or whatever, or the fucking plague or whatever it is, you know, whatever's out there. You do need to consider natural immunity from stuff that you get from just living and existing. That's
how I've got to convince Darren.
Do you know my hallway is actually a very soft shade of green, and yet in this light it looks lime.
It does look very bright.
Does look very good. Yeah, you may have to convince Darren to a certain extent, but of course, ultimately, you are an adult and you make your decisions. No one else can actually tell you what to do. Just I don't want to cause any disharmony, but you have to remember that.
You can't stop me.
You don't need permission. That's what I'm saying. Is you're discussing things with him, but you don't actually need his approval, really. Oops, sorry, drop that little bomb in there. He's a lovely, lovely man. Obviously, he cares about you deeply, but hey ho.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for chatting with me. Have you sold something?
A sale!
Well, I mean, honestly, it's £17. It's not great, but it is a sale.
My entire day yesterday.
I hope to get more. Hope that's not big.
It's the crack in the doorway.
It is, and I shall be jamming my entire self in that crack in the doorway. Close.
Stick your foot in the door quick. Right, I'm going to go and do listing. Listing!
Yeah.
Listing!
Carry on.
I was going to list all the way through this. I had plans to list all the way through.
Oh no, everybody. Do you know what's happened? Oh, thank goodness. I thought my mouse had lost the battery then. I was about to panic. I can't end the broadcast. I can.
Go on forever and ever and ever.
Right, thanks, ladies. I'm sorry to bring the mood.
Live with Lex.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.